Hello everyone, and welcome to this Yin Yoga session, Less is More. My name is Mia and I'm from Alive Wellness, and today I bring you a Yin Yoga sequence which is going to be super juicy for your lower part of the body, the lower limbs, your hips, your inner groin and your lower back. So you should be feeling really nice and released after this short Yin Yoga practice. Less is more. Today we'll be focusing on how actually doing less can be more beneficial to the body, especially in a world which always demands more of us. So when you're ready, you might need a blanket if you have tender knees, if you want to grab a pillow or anything that's comfortable in your home. Now's your time to do so. Otherwise, let's come onto the mat in child's pose. So Balasana, we take the knees to the back of the mat. If you feel more comfortable taking them wide, the toes can come together. And whether you want a pillow underneath your chest or your belly, you can just come to rest the forehead down onto a surface, maybe 2 fists underneath your forehead. But I'd really like you to rest your forehead down this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you are. I invite you to slow down. So as you enter this child's pose, allow your arms to really reach forward and down. And depending on the type of day you've had, you might kind of want to start to rock your forehead a little side to side to massage out any cloudiness in the brain, any thoughts that we don't need in there anymore. Before settling your gaze, your third eye, down to the earth center, and let's take a final few long breaths in and out through the nose. On your exhale, you might be able to surrender your heart a little further towards the ground. Rest your eyes now, rest the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. This world is constantly demanding more of us. More effort, more work, more time away from the things we love, more results, more money, more possessions. But in yoga philosophy, we learn that this desire, this always wanting or needing more, will never ever stop if we don't become satisfied with what we already have, the present moment. So take your final breath here in your child's pose and feel the belly rising on top of the thighs. And let it all go. Let your forehead become heavy. Beautiful. We're coming into our next little pose today, which is rabbit pose. So I'd like you to just slide your elbows back underneath your shoulders and just lift your spine a little bit. We're going to take the knees together now. Very gently tuck your toes under. Now, if you need your blanket underneath your knees, I suggest you grab it now. So I've got to tuck in the toes, and I'm now just going to kind of reach towards my knees and place the crown of my head directly on the floor or a blanket. Now, if you have any neck problems, you just stay here in this nice little all fours. Whereas if you're allowing your crown of your head, which is the top of your head, to just gently rest down onto the floor. Now, if this is too much on the neck, you just press a little firmer into the hands. More than welcome to stay here, or more than welcome to try and reach behind the back of the heels and really tuck your chin into your chest. So we're in this kind of rabbit pose. Good, and just allow softness to arrive now. We stop trying so hard. Can you soften the thighs, the face, and allow that rounding of the shoulders to bring you inwards, away from the outside world, which is always pulling us into the future, into the past. away from what truly is, which is right now. So in this moment you breathe. Breathe into the realization that this slow practice is seeping into your nervous system, the rest and digest mode. Good. You might want to stay here, or the final part of the pose, you might take both your hands to the lower back, and you might want to spread your arms up and over into full rabbit pose. We're just going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Yin Yoga, we find a point of bearability where we can bear the sensations without any pain. So take it back. Breathe your final breath. Do a little less now. Beautiful. Hands come back to the lower back. They press underneath your shoulders, and gently, gently we lift the spine to all fours. Well done. Hands walk underneath the shoulders, untuck your toes. Let's do a few little cat-cows as you breathe in. Slowly dip your belly down, lift the chin. And doing less, rounding the spine, not pressing too far into the ground. It's a soft cat-cow. Good. Leading with your tailbone, dip your belly down to the ground, lift the chin just very lightly, not pushing. Let's go 30% effort today. Exhale, rounding your spine. Good. So this theory of doing less means we don't have to perform, we don't have to show off. We're doing everything in this practice quietly and humbly. Good. Coming back to that all fours. If you need anything under your knees, you double roll the mat or you grab your blanket. We're sitting down over the heels, tucking the toes. And lifting up to a high kneeling today as we breathe in, the arms slowly lift up to the sky. Good. And just take a moment to let the arms lift up with a gentle elevation. Good. Trying a little less now. Good. Flatten the tops of the feet on the floor. More than welcome to stay here. We're just going to be here for 1 minute or so. Or you might want to take the hands to the sacrum, fingers pointing down. And please, guys, we are not cranking the back. We are very gently, just a little bit of pressure to the lower back, drawing your elbows together. Now this is for the heart. So can you feel the heart lifting up to the sky rather than cranking back, yeah? Again, 30% of your maximum effort today. Good. It's a strong pose. Can you be a little softer? Take the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Because when we soften, the body starts to open. So often we wear an armor, a hard layer around the body to seem strong. But the yogis believe that strength is pretty much useless without knowing how to be soft, to be kind. Take a final breath. Beautiful, guys. Slowly we come back round to our angry cat, hands onto the floor. Just tuck your tailbone down and tuck your chin to your chest. This time, a few gentle movements left to right with the hips, and just let your head hang down like a little rag doll. Beautiful, everyone. Coming into our next pose, we're going to slide the right knee forward. And just as if you're in a kind of office chair, crossing the legs now, take your feet as wide away from each other and sit in between the space in your feet. It's shoelace pose, sitting back through the gap. If you need a pillow, you bring a pillow underneath your sit bones or a blanket. But when you're ready, both hands come on top of the knee. We're lifting up the spine. And you're closing down your eyes for a moment. Shoelace pose. A very deep release for the outer hips. And again, we take ourselves through the 3 phases of yin. The first phase, we choose our sweet spot. The perfect pose, which we can stay in for a few minutes or so now. It's like a musician finding the perfect pitch. And then we enter the second stage, the stillness stage, where we try and stay as still for as long as possible. Good. We're going to fold forward now, maybe taking your hands over the thighs, the knees, and bowing the head. But if you'd like to come into this beautiful loop of energy, you can take your hands to your soles of the feet and just gently cradle the hands on the feet as we round the spine and dip the chin. So as you stay here for a minute longer, I'd like you to bring your awareness to the 2 energy centers of the hands and feet meeting. Now in yoga, they're very, very powerful parts of the body which emit energy, prana, healing properties. So you can see this pose as a moment to recharge the whole self, like a little mini circuit through the body. Take a final breath. Allow your exhale to soften your shoulders away from your ears. Beautiful, everyone. Slowly lifting up the spine. Good. Stay with me now. We're going to keep the legs the same. And I'd like you to walk your hands over to the left hip. So we're going to now come to place the hands to the left hip. See, your right foot there is going to stand into the ground, and we're going to walk ourselves to the back of the mat, walking round into a little wide fold. Good. Keep walking your hands over to the left. Keep walking all the way around, crossing the legs now, looking towards me again, and dropping the knees down. Are you still with me? We're in shoelace the other side. Well done. So this time the left knee is in front. The feet are spreading out nicely wide, and the hands are placing onto the top knee. And again, after that little bit of movement, can you run yourself through the 3 stages of yin again? Find your sweet spot, your still spot. Take that tongue away from the roof of the mouth. So Yin Yoga is all about bringing about balance in our lives, which is so predominantly yang. Doing, achieving, proving, posting, sharing. The yogis believe that if we don't balance the yin and the yang, this is where disease and suffering comes from. So the yin, the slow, deep quality, is pulling you back. It's almost as if the yin is asking you, please, please take time to slow down before we get sick. We're going to bow forward now. Take your hands down to your feet. It's a final minute as you bow the chin down. So what happens now, about 90 seconds into your yin pose, the practice starts to penetrate through your superficial muscles, the ones lying above the bone. And it starts to heal and hydrate and nourish the deeper tissues in the body, the fascia, the joints, the ligaments. So it's like the outside layers, the big muscles and how we look and how we do our hair. That's just the decoration of the house. But the yin is what rebuilds the inner architecture of the body. The parts that keep us strong, mobile, and free, especially when we get to old age. Take a final breath. Soften a little more, do a little less. Beautiful, guys. Take that tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Start to lift up through the spine. Take your hands behind you. Take your feet out wide. Good. Meet me in a wide-legged forward fold where the knees are a little bit soft. The heels are into the ground. Good. We're going to take our fingertips high again. Sit bones down to the floor. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold your hands down to the floor. Maybe there's a pillow here. Maybe you have a block underneath your forehead. It's a beautiful counter stretch for our shoelace. So there was once a young disciple who had been training all his life. He'd done all of the qualifications, the Ashtanga, Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa Yoga, breath work, everything. He'd done it all. And he went searching for this monk in the mountains, and he found him, and he was so excited to tell this wise monk about all that he'd done. And he was always wanting to do more. And the monk brought out 2 cups of tea, and they sat down, and the monk started to pour some tea for the little disciple. And he just kept pouring, he kept pouring, he kept pouring into the teacup. And it started to overflow with tea, and the disciple says, "Stop, stop, stop, you're spilling it." And the monk looks at him and smiles, and he says, "You are like this tea, young boy. Always pouring more and more and more into your cup until there's nothing left. You must sip the tea, enjoy the tea." So this is your time to take a sip into this beautiful practice, which is allowing your body and your mind to slow down for once. We can't always be doing more and more and more unless we yield. Take a final breath. Beautiful, guys. Let's slowly lift up the spine. Well done. Hands walk to your inner thighs. You'll support the knees by grabbing the underside of the knees, drawing the knees to the chest, and you're going to meet me down in a reclined position on the floor. Just hug your knees into your chest for a moment. That should feel really nice, and just give it a little rock and roll side to side. We're now all deep in our yin practice now. You should feel really relaxed as the parasympathetic nervous system starts to take over. Drop your feet to the ground, but take them the width of your yoga mat, maybe even wider off the floor, and take your arms wide. And just start to windscreen wiper the knees softly left to right. So we're not trying to find a big clunk in the spine here. Just freeing up all that we've done through the lower back, through the hips. And for our final yin poses today, it will be a beautiful twist. So I'd like you to rock your knees over to the left. Track your right knee down into the middle of your mat, and then maybe you might just stay here and kind of grab the left inner kneecap with the left hand. And look over your right shoulder. You might just stay right there. You want to take it into a little bit of a quad release as well. We really press that right knee down softly. And we guide the left knee in towards the chest. And it might feel a little awkward, but we're going to interlace the fingers around the left shin. And with your awareness, you're tracking that right knee down. You're drawing the left knee in towards the chest. And again, you find your sweet spot. You find the place where the tongue can settle down, the shoulders can settle down, the belly can relax. Are you someone who's always wanting to do more? Fill your schedule a bit more? Or do you ever take the time to realize how far you've already come and how much you've already got? Take a final breath here. Good. Slowly releasing that left toes to the ground. Take that big twist all the way over to the right. The left knee tracks into the middle of your mat. You're rolling onto the left big toe. And again, we might just stay there in this deep, open twist. If you want to join me, option to bring that right knee in towards the kind of right rib cage. And we can interlace the fingers here. Just with my awareness, my left thigh is falling in. My eyes are closing and there's a gentle, soft smile on my face. I saw a video the other day on Instagram, and it was someone talking about how precious it was to have a hot shower back in the days. And us human beings now, we're so privileged, we have everything on tap. We just have it just like that. So where in the course of your day today can you be truly grateful for your hot shower, your cup of coffee, your interaction with a loved one? Because I can tell you now that when you're lying on your deathbed, the last couple of breaths, you won't remember how many cars you had in your driveway. You won't remember how many zeros were in your bank account. You'll remember the hugs with friends, the laughs, the times you played with your dog or your cat. Take a final breath. Good. Slowly release the right toes to the ground. Lift gently the left knee up. Meet me in our final pose, the favorite pose, Shavasana. Extend your legs long. Open the palms wide. And relax the shoulders away from your ears now. As we meet in our final pose. Connect with that quality of stillness now. And become the stillest that you've ever been. So as you lie here, I invite you to keep your eyes closed as I take you through a guided meditation of the journey of having less. So just close your eyes and begin to imagine the layers of your life being set down. I'd like you to imagine all of the things that you own, like your phone, your bank account, your clothes, your car. And I'd like you to imagine what it feels like if I were to take them away from your life. Just let them go for now. Now going a layer deeper, I'd like you to imagine if I take away your job, your title, your to-do lists, your identity. Just let that go for a minute. Breathe into that release. Now taking it even further, imagine I take away and you start to let go of the house you live in, the street you live in, the space you grew up. Just for a moment, let it go. Now can you imagine the people in your life, just for a moment, your friends, your partner, your family or your children. Just imagine. Let them rest outside this moment. Just take them away, strip it down. And just breathe into what remains. The space deep within the rib cage, within the heart center. Only you. No belongings, no responsibilities, no name. What's left is your soul. Feel it, breathe into it. This is who you truly are, not what you own, not what you do, not what you achieve. And the beautiful thing is, it's always been there all along. I invite you to rest here in this space for as long as you need and enjoy the music. Thank you for spending this time with me on the mat. I hope to see you again. The light in me bows to the light in you. I say namaste.